Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with part 2 of my fragrances that I need to give some love to. So, I know I did part 1 like a long time ago. I said I was going to do part 2. It's just taken me forever to finally get to it. But yeah, I finally have pulled a bunch of fragrances that I have pulled out and that I need to wear before I put them away. I'm going to start with one that I have not worn for... I don't even know how long it's been. I want to say it's probably been at least a year and a half since I've worn this, which is so sad. This is Chanel Chance Eau Vive, and I don't know why I always forget about this fragrance, but I do. I forget that I even have it. To be honest, I don't give any of my Chance fragrances enough love. But this one is probably the most neglected of all of them, for sure. I've definitely worn Eau Tendre and Eau Fraiche recently, but this one, I couldn't tell you the last time I wore it. This one is really beautiful. It's fresh. It's slightly sweet. It's got some woods in the base, and I think that that's what I pick up the most is like some soft woods. And a slight sweetness. It's really beautiful, and some citrus in the top. It's really, really beautiful. I just forget about it. So yeah, this is the first one that I have pulled out because I definitely need to give this one some love. So anyways, that is Chanel Chance Eau Vive. This next one is another fragrance that I really, really love. This is Lanvin Elcat d'Arpège, I believe is the name of it. This is beautiful. It's, this is a very slightly sweet, very light, very slightly green, violet kind of fragrance, but I don't think it's violet. It's just like it might be violet. It's like a very light, fresh, soft, clean, floral without being overly floral. It's more clean and green than it is floral. This should have been in my safe blind buys video because this is a super, super safe fragrance. This is one of those fragrances. I can't imagine anybody smelling this and not liking it. It's beautiful. It can be worn any time of year, any time of day. It's like one of those Your Skin But Better fragrances. It's gorgeous. I love this fragrance so much, and I do not give it enough love. I just don't. I never reach for it, and I don't know why. But it's one of those fragrances that I will never get rid of because it's so good. And there's no reason why I don't reach for it, except mostly I just forget about it. I don't know, or I'm just always into, other things. It's just silly. It's staying out though until I give this some love because I love this fragrance. It's so good. So that is Elcat d'Arpège from Lanvin. Okay, this next one is one that I just pulled out because I made a decant for a beautiful subscriber. So I pulled this one out. For whatever reason, I just had a feeling that she would enjoy this fragrance. So I pulled this out and I made a decant for her. And when I was making that decant and I was smelling it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love you. And it is the time of year for this fragrance. This is such a beautiful fragrance. This is Mon Parfum Cristal from Martine Micallef. And this is a beautiful fragrance. This is a sweet candied rose fragrance. And I adore it. And every time I wear this, I love it. I fall in love with it. But then I'll put it away and I'll forget about it. And I need to stop doing that because I love this. And this is the perfect time of year. It's such a gorgeous cold weather fragrance. And I was so lucky to have found my bottle on FragranceNet for in the $60 range. I was really, really lucky when I found mine. So anyways, that is Martine Micallef Mon Parfum Cristal. It's so good. It's super sweet candied rose fragrance. Okay, this next one is one that somebody sent over to me. She sent me a big box of perfumes. It's been months and months ago. And this is one that I just completely forgot about. This is called In Full Bloom from Kate Spade. I love this bottle. I think the bottle is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this This is a gorgeous, bright, crisp, green, citrusy rose. And I love it. It's so, this is another one of those fragrances that is just like so invigorating. It's so beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Flora Botanica. Oh my gosh, I adore it. So anyways, yeah, I just forget that I have it now, and I need to give it a good full wear test before. I haven't even given it a wear test yet. So yeah, I need to give this a good full wear test before I put it away. I also really want to let you guys know how I like it and how it wears and things, because I know that you can come across this one in TJ Maxx or Marshalls a lot. And so yeah, I would like you to let you guys know if it's good, if it's worth picking up or not. So anyways, that is In Full Bloom from Kate Spade. Okay, next I've got a couple of Kat Von D fragrances. I picked these up from Sephora. I think I wore each one once. I put them away and I've forgotten about them. This is Saint and the other is Sinner, but we'll talk about Saint first. Yeah, I don't even remember what Saint smells like. Saint is, gosh, it's got such a nice sprayer on this. This is beautiful. Saint is sweet. Oh my gosh, it's fruity and sweet, but it's not like a typical fruity, but it's beautiful. It's sweet, it's slightly fruity. It's really, really nice, but again, it's one I forget that I have. I never pull it. And it's funny because I pulled these fragrances for this video and Charlotte went right to them. She was like, I love those bottles. Those are so pretty. And I was like, they are. She's really into that kind of, she calls it something, it's not goth, but it's like, I can't remember what the style is called, but she's really into it. It's like, you wear a lot of black, but you wear a lot of pink too. And it's just a really cute little style, but she's really into it. So she was into this. Okay, so Sinner. Ooh, I forget about Sinner. Sinner is dark. Sinner's got patchouli in it. Yes, Sinner is spices and patchouli. It's pretty, I've definitely smelled it 100 times before, but it's really nice. I think it might have some plum in it, but it's definitely like a spiced patchouli fragrance with some kind of a dark fruit in the top. I want to say plum. I might be completely wrong, but yeah, I do love it. It's beautiful, and I forget about these fragrances. So my Kat Von D Saint and Sinner need to come out, and I will be wearing those before. Now, I know Sinner I wore not too long ago. I wore it to bed, but yeah, I feel like I still haven't given it enough love. So, okay, this next one, I saw this when I went to pull my haute couture for my for a video I filmed last week. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have not given you any love for so long. This is Amarige from Givenchy, and oh my gosh, do I love this fragrance. Number one, it reminds me of the 90s. It reminds me of high school, even though those are not good memories for me. I didn't have a good time in high school, but it still just reminds me of being young. It's nostalgic for me. It reminds me of the 90s, which is the most part, because I really do miss the 90s. I loved the 90s. This is gorgeous. This is a beautiful syrupy floral fragrance. It's got just a touch of like indole. Yeah, and I just love it. I just love it. It gives me such good 90s vibes. It's such a beautiful floral fragrance. So anyways, that is Amarige from Givenchy, and this is getting a good wear or two at least before I put it back. Mine's only a half-ounce bottle, so you know, I don't want to go too hard on it. But yeah, definitely getting some wears before it goes back. Okay, this next one, I have a feeling, I don't remember pulling this for this video, so I have a feeling that Charlotte included this one because she probably liked the bottle. I do love this bottle too. These are fragrances that I do forget about though. Yeah, I did resell the other two because they just weren't for me, but this was my favorite one. This is a beautiful creamy rose fragrance. This is from Nobile 1942. This is Rosa Incantevole, and this is the number 2 one. And I love this fragrance. This is, again, was my favorite one of all of them. And this is like a beautiful creamy rose fragrance. And yeah, I really don't give this one enough love. I have a feeling Charlotte pulled this out because I don't remember pulling this for this video, but and she was in here looking at all my bottles, and yeah, I have a feeling she pulled this, but to be honest, I don't give these enough love, and yeah, I need to. And this one it's probably a good thing she pulled this, because I think that this is the time of year that this is really going to shine, because it's this really beautiful, creamy, almost gourmand, like rose. Like if you could imagine like a rose petal tea cake or something with some kind of beautiful frosting on it and like candied rose petals as garnish. And maybe they use some rose water in the icing. Like just a touch. I feel like that's what this smells like. It's beautiful. So anyways, that is Rosa Incantevole number 2 from Nobile 1942. Next, we have got a Versace fragrance. I picked this up so long ago. This is Versace. I don't even know what this one is. It's just Versace Eau de Parfum. And this has some really beautiful florals in it. And that's what I would characterize it as, is like a sweet floral fragrance. Oh, it's beautiful. Really beautiful. It's got some really, some kind of bright green smelling florals. It's got purple wisteria, lilac. It's got guava, black currant, living dewdrops, lotus flower, orchid, angel wing jasmine, azalea, vetiver, cashmere wood, musks. It's really beautiful. It's like a bright, it's not sweet at all. It's kind of got that astringent quality, that like kind of astringent purple floral quality. It's got a greenness to it. It's really gorgeous, and I never wear this. Like I never reach for it for some reason. And I love it. So yeah, I need to pull this one. This is more of like a springtime fragrance though, so I'll leave this out for a while and wait until maybe it gets closer to spring to wear this, because it's very, very spring-like. It's very fresh and green and wet smelling. It's beautiful. So yeah, that is Versace Pour Femme. I'm going to leave that one out for a while. Next, I have another Givenchy that I noticed when I pulled for Haute Couture. This is Givenchy Organza Indecence. This perfume maybe has my favorite like cinnamon note ever. Oh my gosh, I love this. It smells like something baked. Like it gives me like zucchini bread vibes with like a beautiful soft cinnamon note. It's gorgeous. I love this. It reminds me of something else too. I love it so much. It smells very gourmand to me. And it is stunning. You can see this. I only have a 1/2 ounce bottle, and I've been through a lot of it because this is my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's been discontinued. I'm going to have to really search for like a full bottle of this because I love it. I get maple syrup vibes. I get a nuttiness from it. Oh, it's so good. It's syrupy and sweet and gourmand. It's so good. It's such an underrated gem too, but I think because it's been discontinued, it's really hard to get, but I am going to search high and low for a bottle because I adore it. So anyways, that is Givenchy Organza Indecence, and this bottle, like that bottle is just stunning. It's like a little piece of art. Okay, next is one that I got last year. I don't think I wore this last year, and I really need to wear it this year. This is an Omnia perfume. This is called Cristallo di Rocca, and this is quite a kind of dry, spiced fragrance. This is, yeah, it's definitely spiced. It smells just like turmeric to me. It smells like fresh turmeric. Like I drink turmeric lattes at night a lot. That is turmeric and black pepper because it's so good for you. And that's what this smells like to me. It smells like a turmeric latte. Super fiery, spicy, dry. It's beautiful. So I will probably end up layering this with some kind of a sweet vanilla to, you know, kind of round out those kind of fiery edges on it, because it does smell like it smells exactly like a black pepper turmeric latte. I love it though, and I need to give this some love because I don't know that I've ever even given this a full wear test. I bought this off of Mercari, I think last year, and I've never worn it. So yeah, that is Omnia Profumi Cristallo di Rocca. Okay, 4 more. Next is a discontinued fragrance, and I never reach for this fragrance. I keep it though because it's been discontinued, and I will never let this one go. This is Lancome Magnifique, and this is a beautiful fragrance. Though I'm usually not the biggest fan of Lancome fragrances. This one is beautiful though. There's something so sophisticated smelling about this. You really need to let this one dry down a little bit. Yeah, there's something very sophisticated smelling about this. I get like some kind of a very light but juicy, I want to say berry in the top. Yeah, like a very, very light berry kind of note in the top. It's not sweet, maybe the slightest bit sweet, but definitely some kind of a berry. And then, yeah, some really soft woods in the base. This isn't your typical Lancome fragrance either. It's not like overly perfumey smelling like a lot of Lancome fragrances can be. It's not cloying, it's actually quite soft and pleasant smelling. But yeah, I have not reached for this maybe ever, except for the first time I picked this up off of Mercari. I came across it. I remembered that it's been discontinued, so I just snapped it up because it's not easy to find. I think I might have sprayed it on my hand when I first got it, but I've never given it, I think, a good full wear test. So yeah, it's just been like sitting in my collection, and I do want to give it some love. So anyways, that is Lancome Magnifique, and it deserves some love. Okay, this next one, a beautiful subscriber reminded me of this. She said that she just found a travel spray of this, and I was like, it's that time of year, I need to pull it out. This is called Dates Delight from the House of Oud, and oh my gosh, do I love this fragrance. This is... oh, it is full of spices and honey, and yes, spices and honey and dates. It's sugary and sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's very spiced. It smells like spiced figs that have been soaking in booze. It's beautiful. It's so gorgeous. And I do only pull this out this time of year because I never have any idea how much of this I've got left. I can't see into the bottle, so I have no way of knowing, I guess, except for to shake it, how much I have left. So I do only pull this out this time of year. I'll wear it a couple times during the cold season, and then I will put it back. So it's time for this to come out and have some love. This might end up being my Christmas scent because it smells like Christmas. It's so, it's decadent and gorgeous. And like I said, spiced, boozed dates. Gorgeous. So anyways, that is Dates Delight from the House of Oud. I love it. This next one is another one that I typically think of the summertime when I see these fragrances, but this one I think is going to be better suited for cold weather. This is Lolita Lempicka El Lame. This is the Eau de Parfum formulation though, and this is beautiful. It has coconut in it, but it's got myrrh in it as well. Yes, this is much more suited for cold weather, I think, the EDP, than hot weather, and I think it's going to perform so much better in cold weather. It's stunning. Like I said, it is coconut. I believe this has got coconut in it, but it's also got a myrrh note in it. And it's beautiful. And I'm almost getting, it's got this buttered quality to me. It almost smells like it could have butter in it. It doesn't. I know it doesn't have butter in it, but it's so creamy. It smells like butter. It's gorgeous, and I love myrrh. I love myrrh in a fragrance. So yeah, I pulled this one out because I don't ever wear it in the summertime because it's too hot for, or I mean, it's, this one's a little too heavy for summer for me, but I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't worn you for so long, because it was one of those where it's like, my brain says summer when I see you, but you're really more meant for cold weather, I think. So yeah, it's time for this one to come out. And I need to give this some love, and I need to give it some love in the cold weather. And I'm excited to tell you, to share this one with you guys in a what I wore last week, because I think I'm going to find, like, I think I'm going to have a newfound appreciation for this fragrance. It's gorgeous. So anyways, that is El Lame EDP formulation from Lolita Lempicka. And then these next two, this is funny because I did a whole video on all of my celebrity fragrances, and I somehow managed to leave all of my Jennifer Lopez fragrances out. So I need to pull these out because I forget that I have them, and that's the problem, and I need to give them some love. The first one I really need to give some love to is Still by Jennifer Lopez. This is a gorgeous tea fragrance. Yes, this is a beautiful light. Oh my gosh, I love this. It's very clean smelling. It's slightly sweet. Yeah, it's like a clean, slightly sweet tea. This would be a Your Skin But Better fragrance, which I'm going to do a whole video on Your Skin But Better fragrances. And this one you will see in it, because this is like a sweet skin fragrance. I love it. This is one that I love to spray on when I get out of the shower, and I just forget that I have it. So yeah, this one is coming out, and I'm going to give it a lot of love before I put it back. So that is Still from Jennifer Lopez. And then last but not least is another Jennifer Lopez fragrance that I have and I love, and I have not worn this in so long. This has been discontinued, unfortunately. This is called Glowing by Jennifer Lopez, and this one is so hard to like even describe. This one is slightly sweet. It's green smelling though. It's like a slightly sweet green fragrance with some woods. Oh, it's like a sweet greens though. It reminds me a lot of my Commodity Rain fragrance, because it's that kind of a fragrance. It's like a sweet greens fragrance. It smells wet. It's beautiful. I love this fragrance. I forget that I have it. My bottle still lights up too if I give it, let me see. Yeah, my bottle even still lights up. You guys can see. It's lit up there. If I give it a good full spray, my bottle still works. So I'm super excited that I have this. I love this bottle. Yeah, it's so cool. It still lights up. So anyways, yeah, that is J.Lo Glowing. I love this fragrance. It's beautiful, clean, sweet, wet, lush green fragrance that I adore. And I never pull it because, number one, it's one of those that it's like, you've been discontinued. I'm afraid to run out of you. But then at the same time, I forget that I have it. So yeah, it's coming out and not going back until it gets some love. So anyways, again, that is J.Lo Glowing. So that is going to be it for part 2 of fragrances that I need to pull out and give some love to. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.